It's Wednesday, the 3rd of January 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. So in Jinshin Jitsu, 3 came into the universe, meaning understanding, the door, our defense against problems and discomforts. And safety interlock number 3 is located just on the tip of the shoulder blade, on the inner aspect of the shoulder blade. If you drape your hand like this over your shoulder, your fingertips will be in safety interlock number 3, and very often that's a tender kind of trigger point for many of us. Because it's a door in like one of those saloon doors. It swings this way and then it lets toxins out, and then it swings this way and it lets nourishment in. And so it regulates what goes out and what goes in, and that's why it is our defense against problems and discomforts. So it's really important that safety interlock 3 be kept open. So just like those swinging doors continuously move backwards and forwards in order to let nourishment in and toxins out, so is also the energy of the 3. The 3 is the number of the waltz. It's the mover. It's the creative principle. It's a fire number. It wants to create. It wants to forge new things. It wants to forge ahead. It sees the goal, the long-term goal, and it can work out a strategy on how to get there. So today, if you haven't already done it, or if you have done it and you need to refine on it, today is a really good day to focus on what are your 2018 and even longer term goals, and what kind of a strategy can you put in place in order to reach them. Now, what you have to bear in mind is this: the way in which the goal manifests might not actually be according to your expectations. And this is sometimes where the 3 gets a bit stuck, because the 3, once they've formulated the goal, once they've formulated the strategy, instead of being fluid and being able to adapt it as it needs to, can become very rigid about doing it only that way and having it turn out only a particular way. And that can very often set us up for huge amounts of stress and disappointment. So if you have an expectation of how your day is going to work out today, because you have a goal for the day and you have a to-do list and X, Y, and Z that has to happen today, but you're not fluid in the expectation of how that's going to turn out, or even how you can go about getting there, it doesn't mean you don't have a structure. It just means you can have a structure, but you're prepared to be fluid around it. That is the true essence and energy of the 3, and that way you remove expectations, you put less pressure on yourself, and you can move with more ease through whatever that strategy of yours is in order to reach your goal. 3 is a fire number, 1 of January is an air number, and the 2 of 2018 is a water number. So we've got fire and air and water, all 3 elements in the life map today. We have the continuous juxtaposition in January between the 1 of January and the 2 of 2018. And the 1 is about being in the head, and the 1 is about look at me, and the 1 is about what I need, and the 1 is about the natural leader, and I know where to go, and I know what I want, and I know what's important to me, and this is what I need you to do for me. And the 2 is the natural nurturer. What can I do for you? What do you need? And so 1 is about being in the head more, and 2 is about being in the heart more. So when we allow that 1 to get out of control, then we can become extremely egotistical. We can become very sensitive about our egos. We can become hypersensitive about being criticized. Watch out for that today, because we've got air and fire, right? And so air helps to fuel fire. We can become hypercritical, we become hypersensitive, very critical of ourselves and other people, and we can be very analytical. The 2 of 2018 gives us the opportunity to actually connect to the heart. And when the head and the heart are working in harmony, then the will, which is the area of the throat, is able to operate effectively. So when our heads and hearts are working together, then how we operate becomes more aligned with who we really are, and then we really can tap into that creative energy of the 3 and move our way forward in a graceful and joyful way. The helper of today is the 6. Now 6 is another fire number. So 6 is about discrimination, remember? It's about beauty. It's about balance. It's about being able to appreciate the beauty within, the beauty without, the balance within, and therefore the balance without. And it's being able to discriminate exactly what it is that is best for us in order to achieve that harmony or beauty or balance. If we don't align with that energy of the 6, then we can do things that we think are going to make us happy, but actually are not there to make us happy. They're there to keep other people happy. So the downside of the 6 is that very often we can put our own values on the back burner in order to support someone else's. Now, there's nothing wrong with being supportive of those that you love, but when you have to sacrifice yourself in order to do that, it becomes unfair in terms of the energy exchange, and you end up becoming resentful, overwhelmed, and stressed. So we have 6 in the helper position today, which really enables us to see this balance, to maintain this balance between the head and the heart, between our narcissistic, it's all about me, and our altruistic, it's all about you. It really helps us to discriminate where we're going to put our feet on the earth in order to move our way forward towards our goals. The villain of today is the 9. So when we have the 9 in the villain position, well, the 9 in the villain position is exceedingly stubborn and says, I've always done it this way, it's always worked for me this way, I don't see why I have to change. Or, it's not my fault, it's all your fault, you're the one who has to change. So the 9 in the villain position can railroad us and can stop that free-flowing movement, that going with the natural energy of the day, because we become rigid and we stubbornly resist, even though that resistance is causing us pain. So 9 in the villain position, it's a bit like cutting off your nose to spite your face. If we have an awareness of that and we feel that coming up within us, then we create that little gap of awareness. When we have that gap of awareness, then we can say, okay, that's the 9 trying to railroad me today. What do I choose to do in this situation? I choose to actually go with my instincts and not be stuck in my stubbornness. Or I choose to take a chance on someone. Or I choose to take a chance on doing it differently. So it doesn't matter what you choose, and it doesn't matter how you do it. All that happens is you get a new neutral set of circumstances. Benefits and drawbacks are always equal no matter what decision you make. You can't make a wrong decision or a right decision, actually. You can just make a decision. And each decision is going to give you a different set of benefits and drawbacks that are equal to one another. So no decision is better than another. So that stubbornness of trying to cling to your position doesn't really serve you in this instance. Just one tip is that there's no earth in the root of the life map today, certainly. There is some earth in the bottom of the life map. And so we may feel a bit ungrounded. We may feel a bit extreme. It may feel a bit intense to us today. We've just had a full moon, so that energy can actually be quite intense. And you might find yourself feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Drink a lot of water, eat root vegetables, protein with every meal. Try and earth yourself by walking barefoot on the ground or lying on the ground, or actually just visualizing yourself being anchored to the earth. Safety energy lock number 3. Oh, this is going on forever today, isn't it? Safety energy lock number 3 is located on the middle finger. So when you hold the middle finger, you harmonize the liver and gallbladder organ function energy. You harmonize that ability to trust and to believe. You clear anger and disappointment and frustration and guilt. So holding the middle finger today can help us move with that beautiful creative energy of the 3, be the fully integrated being that we can be, have a balance between caring for ourselves and caring for others, and seeing the balance in the universe, being able to discriminate exactly what it is that we need to move towards our goals, and to be aware that our stubbornness might keep us locked and trapped in areas that no longer serve us. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.